Good afternoon. It's what's today? Thursday? Thursday the 29th. Okay. No, Wednesday the 29th. My bad. Wednesday the 29th. My day ahead. Day ahead. So I wanted to talk about like eBay fees and actual net gains because we got a lot of investing advice, a lot of videos talking about the investing, and the bottom line is there's always going to be cost incurred unless you have buyers that you just go sell to. I guess I wouldn't say like Facebook Marketplace, because Facebook Marketplace, I think they do have a fee if you sell through them, but you can meet up with people, go to Pokemon events and things like that, and maybe find buyers, but it's a lot harder to do it that way. eBay has so much traffic. They charge you. TCG Player has so much traffic going through there that it's easy to find a seller, if you're priced right. But let's kind of talk about this because so we'll go ahead and talk about the trading card space, because everything on eBay has different fees. TCG Player, it's all the same fees, whether if you start at level 1, 2, 3, 4, or the fees pretty much the same for like a level 1 seller or something like that. But so let's take like for example, this is the Fusion Strike booster box. I believe this sold out on about February 20th for the second time. Like it sold out and then it came back. I bought a box for $243 plus tax, free shipping. So in California, landed this thing. I have it right. 158.37. So 158.37 is what I paid for this box. It's now roughly a $245 box. So the gains on that, $86.63 or 54.7%. That's the gain. That's what the gain is. So you can do this with any of the cards, like Evolving Skies or anything, Alt Art or something, Trainer Gallery card. You can do that with anything. However much you paid for that, if you pulled it out of a box, whatever that box cost you minus all the hits, whatever, or however you want to do that, literally each card is like 25 cents or something like that when you buy a booster box at like $90 or whatever it is. But the roughly the gain on this from Pokemon Center's retail for me in California with the tax is 54.7%, which is a pretty nice gain just in 3 months. It sold out 3 months ago. I bought this box 3 months ago. So for it to get 54.7% gain, you're not going to get that in your bank account. You're not going to get that probably in the stock market. You're not the real estate market. I don't think in any places has risen that much in 3 months. So I know it hasn't. Nobody's houses has gone up 54.7%, but this booster box did. The booster box went up 54.7% from what I bought it for. If you had bought this 2 years ago and you paid $80 or $90 or something like that, of course your gain is going to be a lot more, but over a longer amount of time. So just we're going over this little 3-month window here when these sold out. So, and you could do this with Lost Origin too, because Lost Origin is sitting around 220. Chilling Reign sold out a little bit longer ago, but Lost Origin kind of sold out like 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. So a 54.7% gain. You're sitting there looking at that. Wow, that's a pretty nice gain. Well, really, if you're going to go and sell this box, and you're not going to make that $86.63. That's the 54.7% gain. You're not making that if you're selling on TCG Play or eBay. So today I'm going to just do the eBay breakdown of what's going to happen when you're selling this box. So say you have this box listed at $245 and then a nice shipping, $9 shipping. So $254 plus tax. We'll say it's you sell it to somebody in a state where they collect 8% sales tax. So now this box here, the person who buys this from you, the box is $274.32. $274 from $245 to $274. eBay's fee is 13.25% plus 40 cents on a transaction over like $10 or something. So this right here, you're actually getting taxed by eBay, not taxed. You're getting the eBay fee is on the final value plus the tax plus the shipping, whatever it is, whatever that number is that buyer pushes a button on. So that fee is $36.35 on $274.32. So that's at the 13.25%. So you're saying eBay charges you 13.25%. That's not the real breakdown of eBay's fees. I mean, really, it's going to be closer to in the 20-23% as we get down this, because they're not charging you 13.25% on the 245. They're charging you that on the total. So plus shipping, plus tax, whatever that total sale is. So 274.32 times 13.25%, we're talking about $36.35. You take that 36.35 from what this box gained, the 86.63, and you have $50.28 is what I've made on this box if I sold it at eBay for $245 with $9 shipping to somebody who has about 8% sales tax. Roughly, this is what that minus, then now you got a 40-cent transaction fee. So basically my net is $49.88 if I'm just a regular seller, not a top-rated seller on eBay, because we'll get to that in a minute. So the net gain is not the 54.7 minus all your fees and stuff. Really, you only gain 31.5%. 31.5%. So eBay's 13.25% off of the is really, they net 23.2% because they're charging you on more than just the price of the box. eBay's 23.2% is what they charge you. So you're taking home $49.88 after everything, even though you know your box gained you $86.63. You're only taking home $49. That's a lot. That's a big chunk that eBay takes. But if you had a brick and mortar, you got to keep the lights on. You know, you got to pay for security cameras. You got to do all that kind of stuff, insurance, everything that you could think of. You got to pay. You know, so there's that. So eBay is still, that is still not bad, 23.2%. But if you're a top rated seller, now you get a 10% discount on the fee. So you take the $36.35 and then you could subtract $3.64 off of that. So now that eBay's 23.2% fee drops to 20.91, and now you're not pocketing $49.88, you're pocketing $53.52, or a net gain of 33.79% as opposed to 31.5. So a 33% gain on this box. You're not getting those big gains when you see some of the PokeTubers giving you all these numbers like team up box went up this much, or this box went up that much. When you sell that box, you got to take the fees, you got to take into consideration all that kind of stuff. Say you got a storage unit to store all this stuff and you're paying a monthly on that, that cuts into that percentage of profit as well. You know, so having a store to sell at, if you're renting a kiosk in the middle of the mall or something like that, you pay for these vendor events where it costs you, you know, $50 to $200 just to set up a table, a booth, whatever like that. All that stuff cuts into that profit. The easiest way is if you have a community of people where you could just go sell this box for $245 and they hand you $245 cash. You're getting your you know, your 54.7% in that situation. It's definitely a lot harder to sell that way. It's a lot harder to find buyers for your stuff that way. I mean, even, I don't know, if you were to go to like a card show and bring these boxes to trade and stuff like that, you still got to pay to get in the card show. And a lot of the time the people that have those set up tables at the card shows, they want the percentage of the trade in their favor a lot more, you know what I mean? So, but there's a lot of upside with these boxes. I mean, if someone asked me, hey, so they sell $245 worth of cards I have, and they say, I'll give you this booster box, which is worth $245 for those cards that are worth $245. I would do that in a heartbeat because I believe in these things, these sealed booster boxes. I mean, over time, yeah, they are usually worth more than the big hits in the set. Look at Team Up, the most expensive booster box, and the most expensive card in there is like a $750 card. Look at Cosmic Eclipse. I think the most expensive card in there is I forget how much that is. I think it's over $200, maybe $300. The Cosmic Eclipse box is $800. So right now with all the big gains, Evolving Skies boxes are only $688, but the Moonbryon is $900 and something. That box is going to be worth more than Moonbryon sometime in the future. I know Sword and Shield is kind of its own little bubble. It's got in its own little category. I don't know in the future how Sword and Shield is gonna, if that Moonbryon is gonna hold up, or if that box will eclipse the Moonbryon, just like the team up boxes are way more expensive than the Latios. I mean, it's just, you know, it's hard to tell with Sword and Shield because you know it has like all these amazing alt arts and stuff like that. It's just you got the trainer galleries in that back half of the set. I'm kind of feeling like, you know, when the Scarlet and Violet era is done, every one of those sets has illustration rares and special illustration rares. That's something that no other era had. So going from Scarlet and Violet base to Paldea, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, all those sets, I have a funny feeling if when we look back 5 years from now, that every one of those sets gonna have better gains than like the beginning of Sword and Shield's Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, Rebel Clash. Those don't stand out like with the end of the, you know, Sword and Shield era. Scarlet and Violet, like from the beginning to the end, if they continue the status quo with illustration rares, special illustration rares, I think this era right here will be from front to back the best era of cards. Sword and Shield, it's not from front to back. It's literally when you get to Battle Styles to Crown Zenith, it's different. And you go back to Sun and Moon, I mean, you do Sun and Moon base, that's a $212 booster box. I mean, is it going to grow in the future? Yeah, but you know, it's it's hard to like even look at that beginning half of those boxes compared to like Team Up through Cosmic Eclipse and even compare them. But when we look back at Scarlet and Violet, we will be able to do that from Scarlet and Violet base all the way to whatever that last set's going to be, because I think the Pokemon Company actually has their template down. They got it down for this whole thing, unless they really go sideways off of something. You know, they pretty much have it down. So, but yeah, so literally, just wanted to get into that. The actual bottom line, eBay fees aren't really 13.25%. They're a lot more than that. It ends up being a bigger chunk coming out of your box. I mean, if it was straight up 13.25%, you could subtract that from your 54.7. So, and then 54.7 minus 13. So we're talking about 41% gain. Your net gain, if you're a top rated seller with that 10% back bonus off the selling fees, is 33, not 41. So they do take way more because they charge the 13.25 on the sales tax, on the shipping, whatever the bottom line, whatever that bottom line is, that's exactly what they're going to charge that 13.25% on. So you gotta, like, I mean, really, you can't just go, oh, I got this box, I'm gonna sell it minus 13.25. That's what I'm gonna make. That's not gonna be it. It's gonna be more. You're looking somewhere between 20 to 23% on a $245 box. You know, if it's a $500 box and there's more tax, trust me, it's gonna be a lot more. You know, so this is just an example right there. The fees for selling on eBay are higher than that 13.25 that it says, and then you got that 40 cent on every transaction over $10. And so that you, like I said, if it was 13.25, I would, you know, you're making 41% gain on these boxes, but you're not. It's just the nature of the beast, you know. I mean, it costs money to make money. It costs money to move stuff. It costs money to get customers. It costs money. Well, eBay has the customers. They already paid. They paid their dues. They got the customers, and you just bring your product to them, and they got the customers sitting there waiting. So I mean, is it worth it, you know, to only net, you know, 33.79% on this, or if you're not a top rated seller yet, you know, you're only netting 31.5% of the 54.7 growth on that box. You know what I mean? So they they take quite a bit of a chunk out of there. You know, it's like I said, don't just like look at that as, oh yeah, 13.25. Oh, I guess that's okay. TCG Player is very similar because they do like a 10% plus an extra 2.5% PayPal fee, so it's pretty close to like that 13%. And they also do that fee on the total sale as well. Whatever money gets moved to PayPal, they're charging you a fee. So it's very close. It's very similar. I mean, it's pennies or something, you know, difference from eBay to TCG Player, because you know TCG Player does move a lot of stuff. I do like the eBay a lot better because there's more pictures and you know better descriptions and stuff. Over on TCG Player, you just click lightly played or you know near mint, hollow foil, whatever it is. You don't get to see too many pictures. There are some sellers that do have pictures, yes, but you just gotta trust that they got a nice card. I mean, near mint could be off center as long as it's near mint every other way, you know. You don't know what you're getting, so that's why I like eBay a little bit better. But all right, man, that's the end of my eBay fees discussion. So yeah, enjoy collecting and investing Pokemon, shoes, whatever you guys are doing, all those alternative investments. It's always fun to talk about. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments, and like, subscribe. You know, let's talk about it. Have a good day.